Hi, my name is Coldbeer and let's start with State of Decay, Juggernaut Edition. This is an open-world survival game set just after the zombie apocalypse. Your small community of survivors seeks to rebuild a corner of civilization and you get to make all the decisions about how that happens. So, knowing you, humanity is doomed, and it's all your fault. For those who are concerned, this is a single-player game with an option to play co-op. So, this is not some MMO or online shooter battle royale with zombies, no, this is a serious game with base building, RPG mechanics, and permanent death. Yeah, that doesn't sound cool, but believe me, it is very good for immersion. You won't be jogging around with your PP out, swinging left and right, you be careful and take the game seriously instead. You will decide who to recruit to your team, where to settle your community, how to fortify and upgrade your base. You will select which survivor to bring along on a scavenging run for the ammo or ingredients for delicious potato salad, and who you use to fight off the zombies attacking your base. People on Steam are saying that this game has probably the closest feeling to The Walking Dead show, and a very positive review score is a proof of that. Shadow Tactics: Blades of the Shogun. This is a hardcore tactical stealth game set in medieval Japan around the Edo period. You will take control of a team of deadly specialists and sneak into the shadows between dozens of enemies. Choose your approach when infiltrating mighty castles, snowy mountain monasteries, and hidden forest camps. Set traps, poison your opponents, or completely avoid enemy contact. Game has an overwhelmingly positive review score, meaning that for this price it is a masterpiece. Although keep in mind that the game sometimes may prove to be insanely difficult and some missions are beyond hard to crack. So be sure that you have not forgotten how to use that tiny, not very important organ between your ears, because you will need it more than ever. People on Steam are talking that if you like classic Commandos or Desperados 3 for example, this game for sure is your spoon of potato salad. Scriptum. This is a World War II themed tactical first-person shooter game focusing on historical accuracy, large-scale battles, a difficult learning curve, and an intense need of communication and teamwork. In other words, it is an online PvP shooter which will burn a lot of your nerves while you will try to communicate with strangers on how to proceed with the battle. Game offers over 200 square kilometers of playable area where you will experience over 14 huge and historically accurate maps. Also, these large maps will host huge battles as well. 40 versus 40 players will join the bloodshed using everything from simple rifles to 50 detailed vehicles. Here you can belong to one of 4 factions: the United Kingdom, France, United States, or Germany. Yeah, Germany in World War II. Let that sink. This game does not discriminate. The player base is not very big. This is by no means a new or very popular game, but the price is nice, and I can bet that this weekend we will see a surge of new players joining in and screaming some offensive Nazi slurs over your headphones.
Sterben, 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 bitte schon.
Unrailed. This is a chaotic railroad construction game where you work alone or way better together with your friends as a team to build a train track across endless procedurally generated worlds. You will master encounters with its inhabitants, upgrade your train and keep it from derailing. That is easier to say than to do, believe me. Chaos will overwhelm you and your bodies more than once. The game is not as dramatic as Overcooked games for example, but you can for sure understand what will happen if you fail to communicate. This game has pretty good AI as well, so if your friends are dead, or if you are dead to them, then playing this game with the help of friendly AI will be fun as well. Dead by Daylight. This is a multiplayer 4 versus 1 horror game where one player takes the role of the savage killer and the other 4 players play as survivors, trying to escape the killer and avoid being caught, tortured, and killed. Survivors playing third person have the advantage of better situational awareness. You know, when you go near the corner of the house, you can see what is happening without exposing your silly face, and the killer plays in first person. I personally think that this concept came from studying nature. Various herbivores have peripheral vision and the predators are best at seeing what's in front of them, so they took this concept and implemented it here. Anyway, the survivor's goal in each encounter is to escape the killing ground without getting caught by the killer, something that sounds easier than it is, especially when the environment changes every time you play. And if you play as a killer, you must help survivors to escape safely, except not. The Companion. With all these gore-infused games in my list, I was desperate to find something more relaxing as well. And look, The Companion is for sure a beautiful calm game that will be appealing for the fans of Journey, for example. So here you will play as some mutated fox with many tails and explore a magical spiritual realm. You will journey across 7 majestic landscapes and witness the emotional story of a family as they tackle the challenges ahead of them. Keep in mind that the story itself is a bit mind-boggling because sometimes you play in the future, sometimes in the past. Episodes don't have linear order and that may be a bit confusing. Anyway, if you like story-driven walking simulators with a lot of exploration, then it's for you. If not, just avoid, because all this relaxing atmosphere without any blood and carnage may shock you. Play it at your own risk. Borderlands 3. You'll blast through weird worlds and enemies as one of 4 world hunters, the ultimate treasure-seeking badasses of the Borderlands, each with deep skill trees, abilities and customization. So in this looter-shooter RPG you will play solo or join the battle with friends to take on an epic enemies, score loads of loot and save your home from the most ruthless cult leaders in the galaxy. With bazillions of guns and gadgets, every fight is an opportunity to score new gear, and that gear is more than crazy. Firearms with self-propelling bullet shields? Check. Rifles that spawn fire-spewing volcanoes? Obviously. Guns that grow legs and chase down enemies while cursing? Yeah, got that too. On Steam, Borderlands 3 is an owner of very positive reviews, so it's a no-brainer if you like shoot and loot. Just grab the game and be happy. Make your enemies unhappy by making them die. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. With a name like that, you probably won't expect violence, blood and partial nudity in this action RPG looter-shooter, but this is what this game is all about, because it's a spin-off of the Borderlands. First, Tiny Tina's Adventure was a DLC for the Borderlands itself that came out in 2013. Later it was released as a standalone game and it flopped massively. It has mixed reviews on Steam, so developers decided to take another shot. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is a first-person shooter fantasy RPG game, which is not a very common thing these days, and for that only deserves your attention. Although it has mostly positive review score on Steam, so if you're not made of money, I suggest you put the game in your wishlist and wait for a bigger discount. Anacrusis. You can play the game for free this whole weekend. So it is obvious that Left 4 Dead genre is alive again and it's living the golden days these days. Anacrusis bends the rules a bit, and instead of never-ending swarms of brain-thirsty zombies, we get aliens. So this is a usual 4-player cooperative first-person shooter set aboard a massive starship.
Still, not as massive as your mama.
It is stranded at the edge of the explored space and, you know, suddenly aliens happen. You'll team up with your friends in an infinitely replayable fight against alien hordes to unlock perks, weapons, and new ways to play that you can share with your team. I have noticed that the game is trying to be funny, and I like the overall style of retro sci-fi spaceship and characters, but Anacrusis actually has nothing really game-changing in it. Without a discount it costs 25 euros, and that is a bit too much for a simple Left 4 Dead clone. You know, a competitor in this genre, Aliens Fireteam Elite, costs 30 euros, but they had to pay the license fee to use xenomorphs, and I doubt it's a cheap thing, you know. So play Anacrusis if you are a fan of the genre and have some friends who can play along. Or play with strangers, but you know that it's not the same. Also, check out GOG Sale, Game Deck, Steel Rising, Heroes Hour, Songs of Conquest, Darkwood, Dying Light, Frostpunk, Shadow of Mordor, and many others are hugely discounted, so click on my affiliate link in the description and go straight to the sale. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!